Ooh. Hold on. I'm gonna have to turn the damn TV on my fucking room.
A quadratic formula.
I know what I was thinking. I was trying to protect you, and it just popped out of my mouth. I'm Harley Diaz.
Okay, I'm finally back. It took me like 20 seconds to get back, but I just don't want to get any copyright strikes, and I'm just gonna be reacting to a video. I do have Pokemon Duo. I will be making a video sometime near later on, but without any further ado, we're gonna get to YouTube. I was already watching that video, so now of course gonna watch that. Well, okay, what am I gonna be doing here? Right now, I don't know what you guys want to do. Honestly, wait, I have something to Ronnie Street Stunts, and if you don't know who that is, it is Ronnie. He does parkour a lot, and I already know what I'm going to try and do that. I probably won't try to do this.
Well, everyone, Ronnie Chavez here, and you may be wondering, well, what 10 parkour moves can anyone learn? Well, I'm going to show you these basic parkour moves that without any coaching or training or learning in a gym, you can find pretty much anywhere to learn these moves that anyone of any physical capability can learn these basic parkour moves. And the reason why is because parkour is based off of basic human movements. So we're gonna go with some of these movements and show you how you can use things you already know how to do and then evolve it and progress it into awesome parkour moves in your parkour journey. Before we jump into that, I wanted to let you know about my t-shirts that I have on my website. I'll have a link in the description to those. Right now I'm rocking the Street Boss shirt, which is totally rad if you feel like you're a boss of the streets, especially after watching this video and going out and learning parkour. I think you definitely can rock one of these. But either way, I got some other shirts with my logos, and if you're a fan of parkour and a fan of my channel and videos and want to support the content I'm creating,
I recommend you subscribe to Ronnie Street. He's a really good YouTuber. He does really good parkour, and I hope you guys will like it. I'm gonna stop talking and let you guys probably know I'm gonna do this.
The first parkour move that anyone can learn, I'm going to start out with something you're probably all familiar with, is the basic safety roll. Now, the safety roll is the thing you see when people in parkour videos are jumping off high things and landing on ground and then quickly going into kind of a shoulder angled roll on their back. The reason why that's so important is because it helps you disperse impact and helps you be safe when you're training. If you fall, you can quickly go into a safety roll to absorb any impact from a crash landing. The whole key of the safety roll is that you're not doing a somersault, but you're rolling
and I'll use the face cam next video. I just couldn't have it set up.
And you can use your arms and hands to kind of roll over it. You're going to tuck your head to the side because you don't want to go directly over your head because that's dangerous. And then you're basically going to slowly progress into it. In practice, you can start from your hands and knees, and then work into it, and then slowly build your way up to where you're standing, and then fully jumping into the safety roll. For a full tutorial on this move, I'll be sure to include a link in the description, but this is a move that anyone can learn as long as you're able to go down on the ground and slowly roll onto your back. Alright, while we're here in this grass, the next basic parkour move that anyone can learn is actually
this video may be 15 minutes, as I say again.
Movement. And this is great for conditioning and exercising and learning practical coordination with your whole body for other parkour movements you'll be doing. Now, what's great about quadrupedal movement
you already recorded
is that
for
you
like
can practice very
4
similar
minutes
parkour
already.
vaults and other things you'll see. So, for example, if I want to practice a Kong vault on a rail or a ledge, I can actually practice the motion on flat ground first. Now, I may be doing quadrupedal stuff kind of weird because I do have a wrist injury right now, so I have to do it on my fist. but that's just showing that, you know, I can learn to adapt and still do basic parkour movement even with an injury. So you have your basic quadrupedal motion, which is just running like a dog on all fours. You can even try some of the weirder vaults, like speed vaults or reverse vaults. You know, it's all just about experimenting and just moving your body. And that's the thing, is you can just experiment with what your body's capable of. And that's why quadrupedal movement is our second basic parkour movement anyone can do. So, for the third parkour move that anyone can do is balance. Now, balance may seem scary to do on something like this, like a handrail, but the beautiful thing with balance is you can literally practice it on anything to get comfortable with your balance. You don't have to start up on a high handrail yet. You can actually find something simple like a curb or a ledge or a very low rail and practice your balance there. Balance is all about being focused and in the moment and having control of each step you take and learning to control your foot placement. Even with steps, that can be tricky if you're not used to doing it. But starting on simple objects
guys,
like a crack in the ground or on a curb.
Okay guys, I just realized this video is going to be way too long. I apologize for this, but we're just going to go to like a smaller video just because I said I want to get at least
so now that
2
you've learned balance, we can move on to our fourth parkour move that anyone can do, which is precision jumping. Now, precision jumping may seem scary. Like, for example, see these 2 handrails here? I've learned how to balance on one handrail, and I'm comfortable with jumping between 2. So that's a basic precision jump.
So we're going to go into this video too. I kind of want this video to be like 10 to 12 minutes. Sorry, this is an ad. I'll try to cut that out of the actual video.
What's up everyone, Ronnie Chavez here, and today I'm here at Lowe's Extreme Air Sports, a gymnastics, flipping, parkour gym to help you learn how to start learning flips. Now, the hardest part of learning flips is actually the getting started part because they're scary, they're difficult, they take a lot of practice, and they can be dangerous. And so I'm going to teach you some general tips to help you get started learning flips so that you can do it safely, some basic techniques that apply to most flips in general, and then other ways that you can continue to practice and train to improve your flips. Now remember, flips can be very dangerous if you don't learn them correctly. So I strongly recommend that you learn them at a gymnastics gym or a similar gym type facility where you can find padding, foam pits. All those things are going to be the most optimal way for you to learn flips. Or if that's not available to you, I strongly recommend that you at least have some sort of padding that you're able to use to practice on. I personally practiced on an old mattress in my backyard when I first started, and sometimes I'd pile up blankets and pillows if I felt like I needed a little bit more cushion. So you can get creative, just make sure that you find a safe way to do it. Worst case scenario, if you don't have any padding available, you have other natural options such as water, jumping into swimming pools, or sand is a little bit softer than hard ground. I wouldn't recommend learning flips on sand, but it is something you can practice flips on because it can be softer, as well as snow piles. I've done big flips into giant piles of snow before, and if done correctly, it can actually absorb a lot of the impact doing flips. And then finally, as a last resort, grass is another option, but I wouldn't recommend learning on grass or some of these surfaces because it can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing yet. So, when getting started, make sure you have a safe environment and have padding to land on. The next safety tip I would recommend is that you have a friend with you.
I already know how to do
Friends
flips.
can make flips fun, and
I can do a backflip and a cartwheel. I can do front flips. I can do all kinds of flips. But if you can't, this is just something to learn from you guys.
Which is where you assist someone in learning the flip to make sure that they aren't going to land on their head or in some way that can lead to a serious injury. Now, before actually attempting the flips, I would strongly recommend that you learn the basic techniques for flips. Watch some tutorials on YouTube. I have dozens of tutorials that you can learn on my own YouTube channel, and if I don't have some on there, you can search on YouTube and find more videos on and tutorials on flips that you want to learn and analyze their technique, their movements, and what they're telling you to do. But some basic techniques that apply to most flips that you need to be aware of are jumping, blocking, set, and tuck. Jumping is pretty straightforward and you know what that is, but being able to practice your jump and get better at jumping and build more powerful jumps is going to really improve your flips. Blocking is similar to jumping, but it's using momentum to add to your jump so that you're applying more power into your flip and getting more height. And so being able to block will improve a lot of flips where you need to be running or have momentum out of like cartwheels or back handsprings or things like that. And then you have your set. Set is extremely important for almost any flip because this is what's going to help keep your body up in the air instead of going down to the ground. Generally, set refers to having your chest up and your body tall as you're jumping before you tuck, because doing that will keep your center of gravity high instead of dropping down low, and if you're like leaning forward or anything like that, it's going to send you forward or send you down. So set is extremely important to stay tall doing flips. And then you have your tuck. Most flips, when you're first learning them, it's extremely beneficial to learn how to tuck because tucking your body tight into a small ball is going to allow the momentum of the flip to transfer into a smaller point, which means you'll be able to rotate faster. And so there's a variety of tucks. There's grabbing the fronts of your shins, behind the backs of your thighs. It's kind of whatever you feel comfortable depending on the flip you're learning. And even if you aren't grabbing for the tuck, you can still tuck your knees in and just hold a tight center to help you rotate faster. And then as you get better and progress with your flips, you can start adding more styles and flares like layouts and things like that as you develop the technique. And then one other technique to learn that you can apply to flips is spinning. You can simply practice spins on flat ground. The main thing to know about spinning is it's similar in that you do have a set, but instead of setting for like a flip.
Sorry guys, if you saw Team Martin, I probably won't react to that video today because I have a headache and my throat hurts.
And you're going to want to build momentum to go into the spin, and then once you start the spin, you wrap your body in tight, kind of like a tuck, and that's going to help you spin. So depending on how you're applying that to different types of flips, learning how to spin on flat ground or in general will help you implement them when you're ready to learn those tricks. So you've learned the basic technique.
So sorry about that extra little clip. I will continue these videos sometime in the next video. Probably won't be today. So I'll try to get some Pokemon Duel or something like that. But for real, these are actually long videos that I didn't know they're going to be this long. But I'm going to have to get this video up, upload it, and post it for you guys. I don't know how long it's going to take. But without any further ado, we're gonna. Sorry about that little Jake Paul clip, anyways. But without any further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and peace out.